Walmart is pulling its last two stores out of Portland.
Walmart has announced a new round of store closures, including one of the largest locations on Chicago's South Side.
So apparently, a Walmart insider leaked secret footage of Black Friday warehouse chaos. And let's just say it's not exactly the everyday low prices vibe they advertise. Sure, Black Friday gets crazy every year, but this time it looks less like a sale and more like a survival training exercise. And trust me, there's something happening behind those warehouse doors that Walmart executives are sweating bullets over right now.
Long queues, rampaging shoppers, all in the search of Black Friday bargains.
Alright, let's get straight into the madness, because this footage is not your typical Black Friday people rushing in for TVs type of situation. No, this is deeper, messier, and so unfiltered that anyone watching it is wondering how in the world this giant retail empire even functions when the clock hits Thanksgiving night. The insider who released this footage didn't just give us a video, no. They basically dropped a bombshell on Walmart's entire Black Friday operation, exposing a side the company would probably prefer to bury somewhere under a pile of unscanned return carts.
It was a case of brawn over brains.
In the footage, the warehouse floor looks like a battlefield made of cardboard, bubble wrap, and broken corporate dreams. Workers are stacking products like they're building a wall to protect themselves from the incoming tidal wave of orders. Forklifts are moving so fast, you'd think they're in a NASCAR race sponsored by Our Workers Haven't Slept in 16 Hours. Pallets of discounted air fryers and flat-screen TVs are flying across the warehouse at speeds that break multiple workplace safety manuals. And the noise?
They came, they shopped, they conquered. Black Friday madness still going strong across the country tonight.
Oh, the noise is unreal. Alarms beeping, workers yelling, boxes slamming. It's like someone turned chaos into an audio experience. This is not the calm, smiling worker you see in commercials, pointing excited customers to aisle 9. No, this looks like the kind of panic that only happens when the entire internet decides to buy the same 12 sale items at the exact same second. But here's where it gets interesting, because one thing becomes obvious when you watch long enough.
Deep discounts triggering a free-for-all. Bargain hunters at this Georgia Walmart wrestling over pots and pans. The commotion veering out of control.
Walmart knew this was coming. According to the insider, management had been warned weeks before that online order volume would be astronomically higher this year. Yet somehow, instead of preparing, it seems like they rented the idea of being ready and then returned it untouched, like a customer who realized they bought the wrong size toaster. So what did Walmart allegedly do to prepare? Well, they hired seasonal workers, sure.
Tonight, those doorbuster deals at times creating chaos.
But these new recruits were thrown into the warehouse like, congratulations, you start now, here's a scanner, good luck, and if you hear a forklift honking, dive. There were barely any training protocols, and some workers said they didn't even know where the emergency exits were. Not because there weren't any, but because there were so many boxes stacked in front of them that escaping would require parkour skills nobody signed up for.
Shoppers literally fought over bargains. Websites crashed and distribution centers struggled to cope with a tsunami of orders.
But here's the part of the footage that people are replaying over and over again. Items are getting lost, mislabeled, or flat out crushed. Imagine someone waiting all year to buy a half-price gaming console, only for it to get flattened under a pallet of electric toothbrushes and 72-count toilet paper bundles. And then, imagine customer service responding like, "Sorry for the inconvenience, your refund will be processed in 6 to 8 business years."
To kickstart the Christmas shopping season.
People aren't shocked just because this chaos exists. They're shocked because it proves something everyone assumed but never saw so clearly. Walmart's Black Friday system is held together by caffeine, panic, and pure luck. The public might see a polished website with countdown timers and flashy banners, But behind those screens is a warehouse that looks like it's reenacting the world's cheapest disaster movie. The warehouse employees are the real story here.
Staff in supermarkets were powerless to prevent the frenzy.
They are sprinting, sweating, and doing their best to keep up. Some are interviewed in voice distortion, saying things like, "We told them we needed more people," and "The system keeps crashing, but we have to pretend it's fine." It's clear that these workers are carrying the weight of America's discount shopping addiction on their shoulders, and their backs might be seconds away from filing a complaint of their own. And if you think Walmart leadership is reacting well, oh no.
Even the police struggle to detach determined shoppers from their prize finds. With many stores moving their Black Friday sales online, there's unlikely to be a repeat of these scenes.
Rumors say executives are in full damage control mode, trying to figure out how to explain why their largest sales event looks like a behind-the-scenes documentary titled Capitalism on Fire. Their PR team is probably drafting statements like, "We value our employees and are definitely not scrambling last minute to figure out how 10,000 orders got shipped to the wrong states." Meanwhile, the internet has turned this into its new favorite meme festival.
Still, what would Christmas be without the occasional good-natured disagreement?
People are joking that UPS drivers are watching the footage like, "And y'all said our job was tough." Some joke that the warehouse looks like Amazon and FedEx had a stress-induced breakdown and decided to merge. And the craziest part? Walmart's silence is making it all worse, because the longer they stay quiet, the more people start asking questions. Questions like, if this is what one night looks like, what does the rest of the year look like?
Well, I'll go get it. I'm finna hit you on
Is Walmart hiding other problems? And how many of those out-of-stock messages are actually code for "we lost it and can't find it under 900 boxes of clearance patio furniture"? But let's dig into why this chaos happened. Black Friday isn't just a sale anymore, it's a cultural event. It's a national sport. It's the Olympics of buy things you don't need, but the discount makes it feel like destiny. Online orders skyrocketed, and Walmart pushed deals like they were giving out free treasure maps.
Inside this Walmart in Houston, Texas, literally throwing themselves on top of discounted TVs, and police officers having to step in to break up the brawl.
But preparation? That seemed optional. Multiple warehouse staff claim the company has been cutting labor while increasing workload, forcing fewer people to process more orders than ever. One worker described it as trying to empty the ocean with a spoon. Another said, "There's no time to think. You just move." And when workers feel this overwhelmed, mistakes happen, expensive mistakes. And customers are starting to notice.
But this American tradition is taking hold in the UK as Black Friday becomes a critical day in the British retail calendar. There is one big difference though. It's not a holiday week in Britain.
Some are reporting missing packages, duplicate orders, or items arriving damaged. A few even joked that they ordered a blender and received a garden hose, which is either a shipping mistake or a very confusing new kitchen trend. Now here's a theory circulating online. Some believe Walmart intentionally kept staffing low to maximize profit margins, even if it meant operational disaster. Fewer workers, lower cost, higher profit. But the gamble backfired because now the entire world is watching warehouse employees try to survive a corporate Hunger Games.
Black Friday makes sense in the US because it follows a national holiday, Thanksgiving. It happens on a day when most people are off from work, and it's a chance to really kickstart the Christmas spending.
And if this continues, things could get serious. Workers could speak out more. Investigations could launch. Regulators may step in, and suddenly Walmart's Black Friday legacy could shift from biggest sale of the year to biggest public warehouse meltdown ever recorded. So where does this leave Walmart now? Well, they have two choices: pretend nothing happened, or fix the system before the next sale season turns into an annual sequel nobody asked for. Because if another insider leaks footage again, Walmart won't just be dealing with jokes, they'll be dealing with a full-on public relations wildfire.
Thanksgiving also means we are bearing down on Black Friday, with 147 million people planning to jam stores this holiday weekend.
But until then, the mystery remains. What else is happening in those warehouses that the public doesn't see? How many workers are pushed past their limit during these mega sale events? And how long until customers realize the real cost of low prices isn't always printed on the receipt? One thing is certain, Black Friday might bring deals. But this footage just revealed a price Walmart never wanted the world to see. And here's where we hit a point nobody expected, because the insider claims this footage is only a small piece of a much bigger problem.
Items like MacBooks and TVs at just $8, and the low prices are attracting people from around the world, with some even waiting in line overnight. But it also has its downsides, as it makes people fight over their products even though they may be broken.
They say some warehouses were so overwhelmed that managers were begging neighboring facilities to take overflow shipments, like someone trying to loan their drama to a friend because it's just too much to deal with alone. A few even claimed shipments were being rerouted in the middle of the night with tracking labels slapped on so fast they might as well have been written in disappearing ink. There are whispers, too, that internal messaging apps were filled with frantic instructions like, if the system freezes, reboot and pretend nothing happened, and if a customer calls, we never saw the package.
Baby sales floor team, here we go, and then unlock the door.
One message allegedly told workers not to record anything on their phones, which is interesting considering someone very clearly did exactly that. And that one decision, that one "I'm done keeping quiet," may have changed everything. Because now, people are demanding answers. Customers want to know why the company that prides itself on logistics suddenly looks like it needs a crash course in How Shipping Works 101. Workers are calling for better conditions, knowing they finally have visual proof backing up what they've said for years. Even other companies are watching, probably sipping coffee and whispering, "There, but for the grace of good planning, go we." And at the center of all this is a very simple, uncomfortable truth. This is what happens when a system designed for maximum profit meets a moment of maximum pressure. Something breaks. Maybe it's the supply chain.
You can see over 100 people are here. They are speaking out against retaliation practices by Walmart, the world's largest retailer nationwide. Picketers are expected at more than 1,000 Walmart stores today. And as you can see,
maybe it's product quality. Maybe it's the workers. But something always cracks when a corporation assumes people can be pushed harder and faster without consequence. So the next time you see a Black Friday banner promising unbelievable deals, maybe you'll remember the warehouse workers sprinting through aisles like it's an obstacle course, the forklifts honking like they're communicating in Morse code, and the executives somewhere in a conference room praying this story doesn't end up on the news.
And nobody looks at you as an individual anymore. I hope that our corporation hears what we're saying. They're under the impression that we're just a small handful of disgruntled associates.
Because if this is what one insider reveal looks like, imagine what would happen if more footage leaks. And that, my friends, is why this story isn't just about discounts gone wild. It's about what it costs to keep a retail giant running when millions of people click add to cart at the same time. It's about the machines, the humans, and the system caught between them. And we're only just beginning to see behind the curtain. And if you think this is the last time we'll see something like this, think again, because as long as Black Friday exists, chaos is always waiting at the warehouse door. Absolutely inevitable. Subscribe, like, and comment why you like this video for a chance to win a new Apple MacBook.